Are you tired of feeling weighed down by pain and suffering? Have you ever wondered if there's a way to turn that pain into something powerful? Well, get ready to embark on a journey of transformation, because in this video, we're going to explore how you can do just that. Imagine this. You're walking through a beautiful garden, surrounded by vibrant flowers and lush greenery, but suddenly you stumble upon a thorn that pricks your finger. Ouch! That pain, however small, has the power to stop you in your tracks. But what if I told you that even in that moment of pain, there's an opportunity for growth and strength? Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where we unravel the secrets of ancient wisdom to help you navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Before we dive into the depths of Buddhist philosophy, let's take a moment to connect. If you find value in this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Now let's set the stage. Life is filled with ups and downs, twists and turns. Sometimes, it feels like we're riding a roller coaster of emotions, with joy and sorrow intermingling like threads in a tapestry. But what if I told you that within the fabric of suffering lies the potential for profound transformation? Picture this: a caterpillar weaving itself into a cocoon, undergoing a metamorphosis before emerging as a majestic butterfly. Similarly, our experiences of pain and hardship can serve as catalysts for growth and evolution. But how do we harness this transformative power? In this video series, we'll explore the ancient wisdom of Buddhism, a philosophy that offers profound insights into the nature of suffering and the path to liberation. But don't worry, you don't need to be a monk or spend years meditating in a cave to benefit from these teachings. We'll break down complex concepts into practical insights that you can apply to your daily life. So, whether you're grappling with heartbreak, loss, or the challenges of daily existence, remember this: within the depths of your pain lies the seed of your power. Together, let's embark on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment as we learn to turn our pain into our greatest strength. Are you ready to unlock your potential? Let's dive in. Lesson 1: Understanding pain. Pain is something everyone experiences at some point in their lives. It comes in many forms: physical, emotional, and spiritual. It's that feeling of discomfort, hurt, or distress that we often try to avoid or suppress. But what if there's a different way to look at pain, a way that can empower us rather than hold us back? Imagine stubbing your toe on a sharp corner. Ouch! The immediate reaction is to wince and maybe even let out a few choice words. But what if instead of dwelling on the pain, you took a moment to observe it? You might notice the sharp, shooting sensation followed by a throbbing ache. By simply acknowledging the pain without judgment, you're already taking the first step towards understanding it. In Buddhism, pain is seen as an inevitable part of life. It's called dukkha, which encompasses not just physical pain, but also the unsatisfactory nature of existence. But here's the thing: acknowledging pain doesn't mean we have to suffer endlessly. In fact, Buddhism offers a profound perspective on how we can transform our pain into something meaningful and powerful. Think about it like this: when we stub our toe, it's a moment of discomfort, but it also serves as a reminder of our own mortality. It brings us back to the present moment, where we can fully experience life in all its richness. Instead of pushing away pain, we can embrace it as a teacher, guiding us towards greater understanding and wisdom. Buddhism teaches us that pain is not something to be feared or avoided, but rather something to be embraced with compassion and mindfulness. By turning towards our pain with openness and curiosity, we can uncover its deeper meaning and transform it into a source of strength and resilience. But how exactly do we do this? It starts with a shift in perspective. Instead of seeing pain as something negative or something to be fixed, we can view it as an opportunity for growth and transformation. This doesn't mean that we deny or ignore our pain, but rather that we approach it with courage and acceptance. One powerful tool in this process is meditation. By cultivating a practice of mindfulness, we can learn to observe our pain without getting swept away by it. We can notice the sensations, thoughts, and emotions that arise without getting caught up in the drama. This allows us to develop a sense of inner peace and stability, even in the midst of difficulty. Another important aspect of transforming pain is cultivating compassion, both for ourselves and others. When we recognize that we're not alone in our suffering, it can help to lessen its grip on us. We can offer ourselves the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a dear friend in pain. Ultimately, turning our pain into power is about reclaiming our agency in the face of adversity. It's about recognizing that we have the ability to choose how we respond to life's challenges, and that our pain can be a catalyst for positive change. So the next time you stub your toe or face a difficult situation, remember, you have the power to transform your pain into something beautiful and profound. Lesson 2: The Buddhist Perspective on Suffering. In the vast landscape of human experiences, suffering is a universal phenomenon. Whether it's physical pain, emotional turmoil, or existential angst, everyone encounters suffering in their lives. Buddhism, a profound spiritual tradition originating from the teachings of Siddhartha Gautama, offers a unique perspective on the nature of suffering and how to transcend it. At the heart of Buddhist philosophy is the recognition of suffering, known as dukkha in Pali, the language of the ancient Buddhist scriptures. Dukkha encompasses not only the obvious forms of suffering like pain and sorrow, but also the subtle dissatisfaction inherent in human existence. It's the feeling that something is missing, that life is incomplete, despite our constant pursuit of happiness. Buddhism teaches that the root cause of suffering lies in our attachment and craving. We cling to fleeting pleasures, material possessions, and ephemeral experiences, mistakenly believing they will bring lasting fulfillment. But in reality, this attachment only leads to disappointment, as everything in the phenomenal world is impermanent and subject to change. The Buddha articulated his profound insights into the nature of suffering through the Four Noble Truths, which serve as the foundation of Buddhist philosophy. The first noble truth is the acknowledgement of suffering. The second is the recognition of its cause, craving and attachment. The third is the possibility of cessation. And the fourth is the path to liberation from suffering, known as the Eightfold Path. Central to the Buddhist path is the practice of mindfulness, the cultivation of present moment awareness without judgment. By observing our thoughts, emotions, and sensations with clarity and equanimity, we can gain insight into the impermanent and impersonal nature of all phenomena, thus liberating ourselves from the grip of suffering. Meditation is another essential aspect of Buddhist practice, providing a means to quiet the restless mind and connect with our innermost nature. Through meditation, we can develop concentration, insight, and wisdom, leading to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Compassion is also integral to the Buddhist path, as it enables us to transcend our egocentric concerns and empathize with the suffering of others. By cultivating loving kindness and compassion towards all beings, we break down the barriers of separation and foster a sense of interconnectedness and interdependence. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of ethical conduct as a means to alleviate suffering and cultivate inner peace. By living a life guided by moral principles such as non-harming, honesty, and generosity, we create the conditions for happiness and well-being, both for ourselves and others. Ultimately, the Buddhist perspective on suffering is not one of despair but of empowerment. Through diligent practice and profound wisdom, we have the power to transform our suffering into a path of awakening and liberation. By embracing the teachings of the Buddha and walking the Noble Eightfold Path, we can turn our pain into power and find true peace and freedom within ourselves. Lesson 3: The Concept of Dukkha. Dukkha is a fundamental concept in Buddhism often translated as suffering or unsatisfactoriness. But what does it really mean? Imagine a wheel with a wobble. It doesn't roll smoothly. That's dukkha, you feeling that something isn't quite right, a sense of unease or dissatisfaction that permeates life. This concept acknowledges that suffering is an inevitable part of the human experience. Whether it's physical pain, emotional turmoil, or the simple dissatisfaction of not getting what we want, dukkha is present in various forms throughout our lives. But here's the thing, acknowledging dukkha isn't about dwelling on negativity. Instead, it's an invitation to recognize the reality of our experiences. By acknowledging dukkha, we open the door to understanding its causes and finding ways to overcome it. Buddhism teaches that dukkha arises from our attachment to things being a certain way, whether it's clinging to pleasure, resisting pain, or holding on to fixed ideas about ourselves and the world around us. Think about a time when you desperately wanted something, maybe a promotion at work or a new relationship, and felt crushed when it didn't happen. That disappointment stems from attachment, from the belief that our happiness depends on external conditions being just right. But what if we could loosen our grip on these attachments? What if we could find a deeper sense of contentment that isn't dependent on fleeting circumstances? That's where the wisdom of Buddhism comes in. By recognizing the impermanent and ever-changing nature of reality, we can start to loosen the grip of attachment and find a more stable source of peace within ourselves. It's like learning to ride the waves of life without getting swept away by every ripple. Instead of resisting change, we learn to flow with it, adapting to whatever comes our way with grace and resilience. Dukkha isn't something to be avoided or suppressed. It's a teacher, guiding us towards greater understanding and awakening. When we embrace the reality of dukkha, we open ourselves to the possibility of transformation and growth. In the next part, we'll explore how the Four Noble Truths offer a roadmap for transcending dukkha and finding lasting peace and happiness. But for now, take a moment to reflect on your own experience of dukkha and consider how you might begin to turn your pain into power. Lesson 4: The Four Noble Truths. In the vast tapestry of Buddhist teachings, the Four Noble Truths stand as the cornerstone, offering profound insights into the nature of existence and the path to liberation. Imagine them as a roadmap guiding us through the twists and turns of life. Firstly, let's explore the first truth, the truth of dukkha. Dukkha, often translated as suffering, encompasses not just overt pain, but also the subtle dissatisfaction that permeates human experience. It's that nagging feeling that something is always missing or not quite right. Have you ever felt this way, like there's an underlying unease despite outward comfort? Next comes the second truth, which reveals the origin of dukkha. It's like tracing a river back to its source. This truth teaches us that our attachments, desires, and cravings are the root cause of suffering. Picture a plant that thrives on water. Similarly, our desires feed the cycle of suffering, trapping us in a never-ending quest for fulfillment. But here's where the journey takes a turn towards hope. The third truth shines a light on the possibility of liberation. It tells us that there is an end to suffering, a way out of the cycle. Just as the dawn breaks after the darkest night, liberation from suffering is not only possible but attainable. Now, imagine the fourth truth as the path leading us out of the forest of suffering. This truth outlines the Eightfold Path, a practical guide for living a life of wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. It's like a roadmap for navigating the complexities of existence, offering clear signposts to guide our journey. So, to simplify, the Four Noble Truths teach us that suffering exists, it has a cause, it can end, and there's a way to end it. Isn't that empowering? It's like discovering that there's a key to unlock the chains that bind us. Now let's pause and reflect. How does this resonate with your own experiences? Have you ever glimpsed moments of freedom from suffering? perhaps in moments of deep connection, in the beauty of nature, or in acts of kindness. These glimpses offer us a taste of what's possible, a glimpse of the liberation that awaits. As we delve deeper into the Four Noble Truths, remember that they are not mere philosophical concepts but practical teachings to be applied in our daily lives. They invite us to cultivate awareness, to examine our attachments, and to walk the path towards liberation with courage and compassion. So, let's embark on this journey together, armed with the wisdom of the Four Noble Truths. Let's explore how we can transform our pain into power, our suffering into wisdom, and our journey into liberation. Together, let's walk the path towards true freedom. Lesson 5: Turning Inward, Self-Reflection and Meditation. Meditation isn't just about sitting cross-legged on a mountaintop. It's about finding peace in the chaos of our minds. In Buddhism, it's a tool for understanding ourselves deeply. Picture this. You're in a serene garden, surrounded by the noise of daily life, yet you're calm, centered. That's the essence of meditation. When we meditate, we're not trying to escape reality. Rather, we're diving into the depths of our consciousness. It's like exploring an uncharted territory within ourselves, discovering our fears, desires, and patterns of thinking. The beauty of meditation lies in its simplicity. You don't need fancy equipment or years of training. All you need is a quiet space, a comfortable posture, and a willingness to observe your thoughts without judgment. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Feel the sensation of air filling your lungs, then slowly exhale, releasing any tension in your body. As you continue to breathe, notice how your thoughts come and go like clouds passing through the sky. You are the observer, detached from the chaos of the mind. Through regular meditation practice, we cultivate mindfulness, the ability to be fully present in the moment. It's like sharpening a blade. The more we practice, the clearer our perception becomes. But meditation isn't just about sitting still. It's about integrating mindfulness into our daily lives. Whether you're washing dishes or walking in nature, you can bring the same level of awareness to every moment. Imagine a river flowing effortlessly downstream. Similarly, we flow through life, embracing each experience with grace and acceptance. Meditation teaches us to let go of resistance and surrender to the natural rhythm of existence. In the stillness of meditation, we confront our inner demons and find the courage to heal. It's a journey of self-discovery, a quest for inner peace amidst the chaos of life. As we delve deeper into meditation, we uncover the interconnectedness of all beings. We realize that our individual suffering is part of a larger tapestry of human experience. Through compassion meditation, we extend love and kindness not only to ourselves but to all sentient beings. It's a powerful practice that fosters empathy and understanding in a world desperately in need of healing. In the silence of meditation, we find solace. We connect with our inner wisdom, tapping into a source of strength and resilience we never knew existed. So take a moment to pause, to breathe, to be. Let go of the worries of the past and the anxieties of the future. Embrace the present moment, for it is where true happiness resides. Welcome to the world of meditation, where every breath is a step closer to inner peace. Join us on this journey of self-discovery and transformation. Together, we can turn our pain into power and find liberation in the depths of our own hearts. Welcome to Wisdom Woven. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more enlightening content. Lesson 6: Cultivating Compassion and Loving Kindness. Compassion and loving kindness are like gentle winds that can soothe even the most turbulent storms within us. In Buddhism, these qualities are not just ideals. They are practices that can be cultivated to transform our lives. Imagine a world where kindness is the norm, where people genuinely care for one another without expecting anything in return. This is the essence of loving-kindness, known as metta in Pali, the language of the earliest Buddhist scriptures. Metta meditation begins with directing loving-kindness towards ourselves, acknowledging our own worthiness of love and happiness. Picture yourself surrounded by warmth and acceptance, repeating phrases like, "May I be happy," "May I be healthy," "May I be safe," "May I live with ease." As we cultivate self-love and acceptance, we naturally extend this compassion to others, starting with loved ones and gradually expanding to include all beings. Loving-kindness meditation isn't about forcing positive feelings, but rather nurturing a genuine sense of goodwill towards all beings, even those we may find challenging. It's about recognizing the shared human experience of suffering and acknowledging our interconnectedness. Compassion, or karuna, is another cornerstone of Buddhist teachings, encouraging us to alleviate the suffering of others wherever we can. Through simple acts of kindness and empathy, we can make a profound difference in someone else's life. Compassion isn't just a feeling. It's a verb, an action we take to alleviate suffering and promote healing. In practicing compassion, we also cultivate wisdom, recognizing the impermanence of life and the universal desire for happiness. Buddhist teachings remind us that true happiness arises not from selfish pursuits, but from genuine connection and altruism. When we extend compassion and loving kindness to others, we create a ripple effect of positivity that reverberates throughout the world. Imagine a world where every action is infused with kindness and understanding, a world where compassion is our guiding principle. It starts with each of us, making a conscious effort to cultivate these qualities in our hearts and actions. As we deepen our practice of loving kindness and compassion, we become beacons of light in a world often overshadowed by darkness. Our presence alone can bring comfort to those in pain and inspire others to follow the path of love and understanding. Through compassion, we bridge the gap between ourselves and others, transcending boundaries of race, religion, and culture. It's a universal language that speaks to the heart, reminding us of our shared humanity and inherent goodness. So, let us embark on this journey of cultivating compassion and loving kindness, knowing that each small act of kindness has the power to transform the world. Lesson 7: Embracing Impermanence and Acceptance. Impermanence is a fundamental concept in Buddhism, teaching us that everything in life is constantly changing. Imagine a flowing river. Its waters never stay the same. They continuously move and shift. Similarly, life is in a perpetual state of flux. Understanding impermanence helps us accept the transient nature of joy, sorrow, and everything in between. Think about a beautiful sunset. It's breathtaking, but it fades away as quickly as it appeared. This impermanence is a reminder to cherish each moment fully. When we resist change, we create suffering for ourselves. But when we embrace impermanence, we open ourselves to growth and transformation. Picture a tree shedding its leaves in autumn, letting go of what no longer serves it. Similarly, we must learn to release attachments and embrace the flow of life. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means acknowledging reality without judgment or resistance. Just as a surfer rides the waves of the ocean, we can learn to ride the waves of change in our lives. When faced with challenges, instead of clinging to the past or worrying about the future, we can practice acceptance and stay present in the here and now. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Feel the sensation of the air entering your lungs and then leaving. This moment is fleeting. Embrace it with acceptance. By accepting impermanence, we cultivate resilience and adaptability, the keys to navigating life's ups and downs. Reflect on a time when you resisted change. How did it make you feel? Now, imagine approaching that situation with acceptance. Notice the difference in your emotional state. Acceptance doesn't mean we stop striving for improvement. It means we let go of rigid expectations and embrace the journey with an open heart. Just as a lotus flower blooms beautifully despite growing in muddy waters, we can find beauty and growth in the midst of life's challenges. Practice mindfulness by observing the impermanence in nature, the changing seasons, the phases of the moon, the ebb and flow of the tides. Embracing impermanence allows us to appreciate the preciousness of life and deepen our gratitude for each moment. Remember, even the most challenging times will pass, just as storm clouds give way to clear skies. When we let go of our attachment to outcomes and surrender to the flow of life, we find peace and freedom in the present moment. Take a moment to reflect on something you're holding onto tightly. Now, visualize releasing it and feel the sense of relief and lightness that comes with acceptance. As we embrace impermanence and acceptance, we harness the power to transform our pain into wisdom and our struggles into strength. Lesson 8: Letting Go of Attachments. In the journey of turning pain into power, one pivotal step is letting go of attachments. But what does this mean? Think of attachments as those things we cling to tightly, whether they are material possessions, relationships, or even our own identities. They're like chains that bind us to the past or worry us about the future, preventing us from fully experiencing the present moment. Imagine holding onto a balloon filled with helium. As long as we hold onto it tightly, it can't soar freely. Similarly, our attachments keep us grounded, unable to rise above our pain. Buddhism teaches us that by letting go of these attachments, we release ourselves from their grip and open ourselves up to freedom and inner peace. Letting go doesn't mean abandoning or neglecting what matters to us. Instead, it's about loosening our grip and allowing things to flow naturally. It's about releasing the need for control and trusting in the process of life. When we release our attachments, we create space for new opportunities and growth to enter our lives. One way to practice letting go is through the practice of non-attachment. This means acknowledging the impermanence of all things and learning to accept change gracefully. It's about recognizing that everything in life is transient, including our own thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Non-attachment doesn't mean becoming indifferent or aloof. Instead, it's a mindset shift that allows us to appreciate the beauty of each moment without becoming enslaved by it. It's about finding joy in the present moment while understanding that nothing lasts forever. Another aspect of letting go is forgiveness. Holding on to grudges and resentment only prolongs our suffering. By forgiving others and ourselves, we release the burden of anger and bitterness, freeing ourselves to move forward with compassion and understanding. Letting go also involves releasing the need for validation and approval from others. When we depend on external sources for our sense of worth, we become vulnerable to disappointment and insecurity. True empowerment comes from within, from knowing and accepting ourselves fully, regardless of others' opinions. A powerful practice in Buddhism for letting go is the art of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean disconnecting from life, but rather developing a sense of inner detachment from the outcomes of our actions. It's about doing our best without being attached to the results, understanding that success and failure are both temporary. Meditation is a valuable tool for cultivating detachment. Through mindfulness meditation, we learn to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing them to come and go like clouds in the sky. This practice helps us develop a sense of inner peace and equanimity, enabling us to let go of attachments more easily. Letting go of attachments is a journey, not a destination. It requires patience, courage, and self-awareness. But with practice and perseverance, we can gradually release the shackles that bind us and discover the profound freedom that comes from living with an open heart and mind. As we let go of attachments, we begin to realize that true happiness and fulfillment come from within. We no longer seek validation or security from external sources, but instead find peace and contentment in the present moment. This is the power of letting go, the power to transform our pain into wisdom and our suffering into strength. In the words of the Buddha, letting go gives us freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness. So let us embrace the practice of letting go, releasing our attachments, and unlocking the limitless potential that lies within each of us. Lesson 9: The Power of Mindfulness. Mindfulness is a superpower hidden within each of us, waiting to be unlocked. It's the art of being fully present in the moment, without judgment or distraction. Imagine a clear blue sky, where thoughts are like clouds passing by. Mindfulness teaches us to observe these thoughts without getting swept away by them. When we practice mindfulness, we become aware of our emotions, sensations, and thoughts as they arise. This awareness gives us the freedom to choose how we respond to life's challenges. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can pause, breathe, and make conscious decisions. One of the simplest yet most powerful mindfulness practices is focused breathing. Just close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and feel the air filling your lungs. Then exhale slowly, letting go of any tension or stress. Repeat this process for a few minutes, and you'll notice a sense of calm washing over you. Another way to cultivate mindfulness is through mindful eating. Take a moment to appreciate the colors, textures, and flavors of your food. Chew slowly and savor each bite. Notice how your body feels before, during, and after the meal. This simple act of awareness can transform your relationship with food and enhance your overall well-being. Mindfulness isn't about escaping reality. It's about embracing it fully. It's about finding beauty in the present moment, even amidst chaos and uncertainty. When we practice mindfulness, we become more attuned to the richness of life unfolding around us. Research has shown that regular mindfulness practice can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. It can also improve focus, creativity, and emotional resilience. By training our minds to be present, we cultivate inner peace and contentment. But mindfulness is more than just a personal practice. It's a way of life. It's about bringing awareness and intentionality to every aspect of our lives, from work to relationships to leisure activities. When we approach life with mindfulness, we become more engaged, compassionate, and authentic. In the Buddhist tradition, mindfulness is one of the key pillars of spiritual awakening. It's considered the gateway to insight and wisdom. By observing the impermanent nature of reality, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The beauty of mindfulness is that it's accessible to everyone, regardless of age, background, or beliefs. You don't need any special equipment or training to practice mindfulness. All you need is a willingness to be present and curious about your experience. In today's fast-paced world, mindfulness offers a sanctuary amidst the chaos. It's a reminder to slow down, breathe, and reconnect with our innermost selves. By incorporating mindfulness into our daily lives, we can navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. So why not give mindfulness a try? Start with just a few minutes a day and gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. Whether it's through meditation, mindful movement, or everyday activities, find what works best for you. Remember, mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. It's about embracing the process of self-discovery and growth. So, take a deep breath, let go of any expectations, and simply be present. Your journey to greater peace and fulfillment begins now. Lesson 10: Transforming Pain into Growth. Imagine your pain as a seed buried deep within the soil of your heart. This seed, watered by tears and nurtured by introspection, has the potential to sprout into something beautiful. Buddhist teachings remind us that pain is not the end but a beginning, a catalyst for growth and transformation. It's in the darkest moments of our lives that we have the opportunity to discover our inner strength. Instead of allowing pain to consume us, we can choose to harness its energy for positive change. Every setback becomes a lesson, every heartache a stepping stone on the path to self-discovery. Through mindfulness and compassion, we learn to embrace our pain without letting it define us. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, we emerge from our struggles stronger and more resilient. The process of transforming pain into growth is not easy. It requires courage, patience, and unwavering faith in our own potential. But with each step forward, we reclaim a piece of ourselves that we thought was lost. We find solace in knowing that our suffering has not been in vain, that it has served a greater purpose. As we cultivate inner peace and wisdom, we become beacons of hope for others walking a similar path. Our scars become symbols of resilience, testaments to the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity. Through our journey of transformation, we inspire others to find their own strength and courage. We create a ripple effect of healing and empowerment that extends far beyond our own lives. In the face of pain, we choose not to be victims but warriors, warriors of the heart, fighting for a brighter tomorrow. With each victory over our inner demons, we inch closer to enlightenment and liberation. We learn to dance in the rain, to find beauty in the midst of chaos, to embrace life in all its glorious imperfections. And as we stand tall, bathed in the light of our own resilience, we realize that our pain was never a curse but a gift that has transformed us into beings of extraordinary strength and grace. So let us embrace our pain, let us welcome it with open arms, for it is through our darkest moments that we shine the brightest. Conclusion: pain is a universal experience, but through the lens of Buddhism, we discover that it doesn't have to be a prison. Instead, it can be the key that unlocks our inner strength and resilience. As we journey through life, we encounter various forms of suffering: physical, emotional, and spiritual. But within these struggles lies the potential for growth and transformation. Buddhism teaches us that suffering is not something to be avoided or suppressed but acknowledged and understood. By embracing the truth of our pain, we can begin to unravel its roots and find freedom from its grip. This journey begins with the recognition of the Four Noble Truths, the foundation of Buddhist philosophy. The first truth teaches us that suffering is an inherent part of existence. It is the inevitable result of our attachment to fleeting pleasures and aversion to discomfort. However, within this truth lies the seed of liberation, the realization that suffering is not our destiny but a product of our perceptions and actions. The second truth reveals the cause of our suffering, craving, and clinging. We desire what we do not have and cling to what we fear losing, perpetuating a cycle of dissatisfaction and discontent. Yet, by understanding the root of our suffering, we can begin to loosen its grip on our lives. The third truth offers hope. The cessation of suffering is possible. By relinquishing our attachments and cultivating wisdom and compassion, we can transcend suffering and experience lasting peace and happiness. This is not a distant goal but a present reality awaiting our discovery. The fourth truth outlines the path to liberation, the Noble Eightfold Path. It is a practical guide for living a life of mindfulness, ethical conduct, and mental cultivation. Through practices such as meditation, self-reflection, and loving kindness, we can transform our pain into power. Central to this transformation is the cultivation of mindfulness, the practice of paying attention to the present moment with openness and curiosity. By developing a non-judgmental awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations, we can break free from the grip of past regrets and future anxieties. Alongside mindfulness, compassion and loving kindness are essential ingredients in our journey toward healing and growth. By extending kindness and compassion to ourselves and others, we create a supportive environment for transformation to occur. Another crucial aspect of Buddhist practice is the recognition of impermanence, the understanding that all things are transient and subject to change. By embracing the impermanent nature of existence, we can let go of our attachments and cultivate a sense of ease and acceptance. As we integrate these teachings into our lives, we discover that our pain is not a burden but a gift, a catalyst for awakening and transformation. By embracing our suffering with courage and compassion, we can harness its power to propel us toward greater wisdom and liberation. In conclusion, the journey from pain to power is not easy, but it is deeply rewarding. It requires courage, patience, and perseverance. But the rewards are profound, a life of greater freedom, peace, and joy. So, let us embark on this journey together, with open hearts and minds, knowing that within our pain lies the potential for boundless growth and transformation.